Alright, what's good, y'all? I'm Writing the Phantoms here. So, back with I guess a bit of an updated vid because I had someone in the comment section tell me that they've had issues with Linux Mint, where for some reason they just can't get the shit to work when in terms of like looking at the friends list and everything like that. So hopefully I could at least try the best I can to help. I wanted to make sure this was as, uncut and as genuine as possible. So the only thing I made sure to do was, of course, I had to install, OBS Studio, which was one, and installed my EA app. Now, another thing I also made sure to do, you see that all this is not here is because, of course, I updated all the updates and whatever it is that come with Linux Mint, so I made sure to do that. The only thing I'm not touching is Firefox and Thunderbird because I'm not going to be using it for that. I'm not going to be using it for that long. This is going to be for, tutorial purposes. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to do EA app. By the way, I have not touched anything. Well, I have not really touched anything. Like whatever it was that Lutris installed, it installed. Even installed Wine itself. Now, one thing I made sure to do was I installed the Qt up, Qt Proton up. So if you don't have that, like right here, Proton up Qt. If you don't have that, make sure you get that as well. That'll be important for you having to run your games. Even from here, I'll make sure that I'll be able to see if I can run it from here. Can I? Okay. Well, I don't know why that's so weird because this should pop up. Proton up Qt. See, you can see I have it right here. I have it right here. So for why this doesn't want to show this, I don't know why this doesn't want to show. And this is the only thing I have up. Now, I can go ahead and install Steam as I'm going ahead and then see, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Let me install Steam and see if that changes anything. Because I installed all the Proton stuff without Steam, so let's see if it'll be different because I installed Steam. Yep, just as genuine, as straight up as it can get. That's all I can do. Okay. Anything that prevents this from being a further problem, but yeah, I want to make sure that this is all good. So with that being said, while that's going on, we're going to go ahead and activate the EA app. Oh, one more thing I forgot to do. I forgot to actually do the wine thing, but you want to know what? I'm going to see how this goes without me doing the wine setup first. And then after that, when Steam is done, then I'll go ahead and I'll do what I usually do to get it to work. Alright, so be right back. Okay, well, not be right back. Let me just move this over here and put this down, because obviously I want to protect what I got. Alright. EA app, let's see what's going to happen. I don't even need to do it because from what I can see here, my friends list and everything is already showing. So this is before I even get Steam to work, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what am I supposed to do to fix the issue here. This is actually with the regular Wine setup, Wine GE setup here. And everything works fine right out the box, as it should. The only issue I had this for was Bazite. So that's a little awkward, I guess. That's one down. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and install Steam. I'm gonna get Steam to work, and then I'm gonna see if I can do the whole Proton thing from there, see if that'll pop up. I don't give a damn because I'm not keeping this here. Do what y'all wish, because it won't be staying. Alright, so let me go ahead and exit that. Let me exit this too. And then we're gonna sit up here and we're gonna watch Steam do what it does. And I'm gonna get my Steam stuff ready as it's doing all that. All right. Got that done. Let me pull up my Steam on my phone because guess what? You're good luck getting a password out of that one. Oops, sorry about that. Alright. This is my whole Steam thing up here. And just to make sure, and just in case, I'll have the compatibility on. We'll restart that. I'll wait for it to do its job. My apologies for all the wind going on because it's actually hot in here. You know, I got the air open and everything. I got 2 fans on. Well, I got a fan on that's from the ceiling, but it's like it's not exactly directly below me, but it's right below the bed, so it's like a little bit further away from me. But apparently it's still, it can blow and catch the mic. So you can see Proton hotfix 10.1 Proton beta. Okay, good. So let me go to Proton up Qt and let's try this again. Wait, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just remove these, right? I'm gonna remove these. We're gonna go to Steam, and then we're gonna go ahead and install these and see if those obviously would pop up, and if they do, then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add those into Lutris, and then we'll see how that'll work from there. The ones I think I had was 4 and 3, 10.4, then 10.3, and one more thing I made sure to get was 927. Those are the ones I made sure to get just in case. Now that's just me doing that. You don't have to do what I'm doing here. But I'm choosing to do this because I know this works with how I usually get them to work. I wonder, does all my stuff pop up from here? Does my... Okay. I would have laughed if it actually did showed up. I would have legitimately laughed. Okay, there's that. Now 927. I said 926, my bad. 927. Okay, so as you can see, 10.3, 10.4, and 927 is all installed. Then we're going to open up Lutris and see that, and that opened up quick. I don't even know if did I even have it off at all is what I'm asking. That's how fast it booted up. Let me make sure. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Okay. Want to make sure. Configure, runner. So yeah, 927, 10.3, 10.4. We're going to go to this. We're going to go to play. If it asks me for like stuff again, then I'll just have to do what I got to do. Hopefully it won't, but if it does, it does. Now, because it's on Proton, it's meant to take long to show up, especially if you're switching from one end to the other. Let me actually exit out of Steam because it won't be needed. Again, my apologies. I'm very, very sorry. And yes, I'm not editing. I'm not even so much as turning down the slider, as you can see. I'm keeping it exactly like how it is, because it's like, look, I'm not keeping this for this long. I'm not making it stay. I'm not doing nothing. Okay. So from what I can see here, we're on black screen with this. Okay. Let me go ahead and stop it. It should have popped up with no problem, but everything is different. Every Linux version is gonna have some different tweaks, some different shit that's gonna make things a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Okay. Now the issue I have here already is this apparently doesn't want to stop. Now this is because I swapped on over. I killed the process for it, so it should stop. But if it doesn't stop, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to end the recording, log off, log back in, and then after that restart the recording again, which looks like to me is exactly what I'm going to have to do here. Because this doesn't want to stop. Like, it doesn't want to revert back. So okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, as you can see, still the same issue. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, because for some reason this doesn't want to see the background service here. This doesn't want to. It's unresponsive. So what I'm gonna have to do is stop it here. I will come right back, immediately come back with another recording. I'll do some editing here just so we could see if that'll fix the issue. So be right back. Okay, I'm back. This time I'm going to do 927. If that one didn't work, we're just going to do 927. My apologies, I promised. I try my best to promise no editing, but hey, if shit like that happens, there's only so much you can do. You're going to have no choice but to, I should say, soft reset for this whole thing. Because that's essentially what just happened here. So it looks like to me with GE Proton, it just does not want to work with Linux Mint, but we'll see if one of them will. But from how this look, I mean, I'm not too shocked because Linux Mint, I mean, it does okay with gaming, But if you really want to go in with gaming, you need to try something like Bazite, or you need to try something like CatchyOS and see if that will settle the issue for you. I recommend, if anything, for any newcomer, I recommend Bazite because it usually has all the good stuff there for you, like pre-installed. So then that way you wouldn't have an issue like this. But that is crazy though. The minute I sit up there and I install it right off the box, before I even went to GE Proton, before I even went to this, you go right to here to Wine GE, and all of a sudden that shit works with no problem. But yeah, from what I can see here, going to Proton, it doesn't work with this. From what I can see so far, it's still not loading up. So it looks like to me that GE Proton in Linux Mint does not mix well. Does not mix well. Now there's only so much. Well, when it goes to the EA app, it doesn't mix well. You know what I mean? You can see I'm stuck with the same problem here, where it doesn't want to close. So let me go ahead and do the same thing again. Let me go and log out, log back in, and see if that changes anything. So I'll be right back one more time. Okay, back again, and hopefully this will be the last time I'll do a small edit. But yeah, as you can see, we're on GE Proton. That was the one that froze and did not work. Now we're going to go over to Wine. Oh, hold up. We might see something here. We don't see this in GE Proton. DirectX 12 applications, we don't see this here. So let me see if I can be able to install this another way. If it'll let me. But if I can't, then I can't. We could try the CatchyOS version, but I don't think that would do too much. It never hurts to try though, and keep in mind this only would work, say, like through Steam. This wouldn't work through Lutris itself, because if we go ahead and install it through Lutris, which I have no problem doing, I don't know if we'll be able to see any other updated version of Wine here. I think this is just the main one we're gonna have to stick with. Let's go here, Lutris Wine. This is 7.22. I don't know if that's the latest one that we're on. That's why, like, for me, I'm afraid to even so much as get in there, because like I don't want to fuck it up. So these are ones that they show here. Gotta wait on this one. Okay. Which one is it we were looking at? It's this one. So we'll see if this will work. Okay. Actually, yeah, this is the main one. Okay, so we can go ahead and remove that. That is the main one. Alright. However it works, man. However it works. I hope it all goes well too. Alright, there's that. We know this one. We know that one as well, so it doesn't matter all too much. I will download the Proton one just in case, because it never hurts to get that. Now I'm just gonna exit Lutris, open it up again. This stuff should pop up now. This did pop up. The CatchyOS one did pop up. In fact, we're going to go ahead and try the CatchyOS one. But one thing you see in common that we're missing here. We're missing one critical piece here that gets the whole thing to run. It says, oh, only 32 apps are supported. Well, I'm not using a 32 app there. So, if anything, if this doesn't answer the question, I guess GE Proton, when it goes to GE Proton or anything else that ain't related to, anything that ain't related to this, or even this, it will not work. If you don't see VKD3D, it will not work. Don't even try it. Just do something else. Now, if you want this to work despite this, you may have to move to a new distro. You know what I mean? So, like right now, I'll go over to Lutris 7.2-2. I'll go here, and then I'll log out, log back in, and try to get this to work. Because obviously, as you can see, anytime you try to stop it, it won't stop. Now, I can try to do this. I could try to, before I even log out, because I really don't want to have to keep doing this. So trust me, this hurts me more than it hurts you, more than y'all realize. So, and that, and that. I don't want to end everything. Obviously. But look, I will end as much as I can in order to get this to stop. And from what y'all can see, it just won't register. So, yep, I'll be right back one more time. Alright, this is the last time, and after the testing that we have done so far, and 3 times I've had to edit my way to get this shit back up and working. For what you can see here, if it's not these two, if you don't see this, if you're on Linux Mint, if you don't see this, and if you don't see this at any point out of the system, WineGE, and Lutris, do not bother trying to use these, because they will not work, and EA won't give a fuck. So let's go ahead and we'll do the Lutris one and see if that makes any difference. You saw what happened the first time when I tried it. It hit me with a black bar, like looking like it would load up the whole thing, but it didn't load up the whole thing. You know what I mean? So let's see if that fixes anything. I'm using the Lutris one, by the way. I'm not using the one that does WineGE. And from what I can see here, even with that one, it's not going to work. So instead, I ain't going to fuck with it. I'm not going to give it any more hell than I already have, I guess, so to speak. We're just going to stick with what made it work, and we're going to call it a day. Okay, thankfully this one did stop. As you can see, it just boots up. Because I think because of what we're on, due to what we're on, that's one way of telling us, okay, if you're using this, if you're using Linux Mint, you only have one way to use this. You should not use this any other way. If you want to do some customizing and use it a different way, you know how to do it, you know where to go. Now, I do see a situation like this where for me it doesn't want to pop up. You want to know how you settle this? Honestly, this is actually an easier way to do this. Really, you just stop the whole thing. If it still doesn't want to pop up, you just uninstall it, and then after that, reinstall it. Like, if it's still acting like that, then just uninstall it entirely and just reinstall it. And see if that fixes the whole problem. Now, I know this has been well over like 25 to 30 minutes just to show, because it's like, look, right now I'm on CachyOS. This is not a problem. I can go on Bazzite and show that this is not a problem. You know, that can be next if I have to. If I have to, I will go on. I will go on Bazzite just to show this being the same thing, where like this is not an issue. It like it's usually a distro problem. You see that right there, plain as day. With Linux Mint, I mean, yes, it can do gaming, but it won't give you that custom, that customization that you're used to getting, that you want to get, that you want to have. As you can see, pops up, works, no problem. This is with the same way how we started, would be the same way how we end it. So there you go. Why this doesn't work, I don't know. For that specific user, I'm sorry that this doesn't work the way how you want it to. I just hope that at the very least you're able to get this to work on your end. Now, if you need help having to install another distro, if you're struggling with that, I will gladly help you with this. I have a Discord, you can hop on in, and I will gladly take it step by step with you to teach you how to install another distro. For that is still Linux related. So till then, I did what I could. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.